Okay. Sorry for the half second at the beginning of this video, but you know I've got all these cameras and stuff that I've invested all this equipment. Now the darn Camtasia software that I've been using for years won't let me use it in the new 2022, 2021, and 2022 versions. It can't handle MOV and AVI videos, which is completely the bugs. I'm gonna make a video just on this and tell them get your acts together, folks, because they're really a pain. Not the topic of this video, but that's not it. But that's why I'm having it. That's why I'm gonna flip this thing around. Right. So not to do this in one shot. I can't edit it, right? So maybe I can clip off the very beginning and clip off the very end on YouTube, but I can't do it on my computer with the buggy software. So what I want to do on this video is explain. There was a great post, Douglas. I remember you posting something. You were replying to someone else about the negativity bias, and you made a comment about it applying to salespeople. That salespeople deal with a lot of negativity, and the whole kind of thing is how do they convert that into positive things for themselves, right? And I've been really thinking about this. I already made this video, but but it was in a dark car. It was actually the light in the car wasn't lighting up, so you can't see it. So I have to do this video again. But the thing of salespeople, and I really do agree with you, is that salespeople, the reason why they're considered to have negative bias, is they do a job that's really hard, right? Salespeople sell things, and selling things is actually what we call psychological manipulation, right? I've been working on this topic on one of my book series, and so I'm calling it cognitive or psychological manipulation. But it's not bad, okay? Now the connotations of that term makes it sound bad, but it's actually not that bad. Salespeople, or anybody working in commercial sales or anything, retail, their goal, there are two types of people. You have this common, the snake oil salesperson, car salesman that kind of just will sell you anything to get the car out the lot, right? But that's kind of the bad kind of connotation, the really negative one. And the more positive one is a consultant that's actually helping you make a choice about what is good for you and what you need. And I think about my guitar store, my local guitar store here. His goal is to help people not just sell the guitars. His goal is to help you find the guitar or the piano, or the saxophone or the flute or the ukulele or the drums that you're gonna stick with, right? And it's gonna meet your need. And so he's doing consulting. He does this for me, for all the stuff I'm buying, right? And I ask more difficult questions every time. And we kind of we figure out what's going to be great for me. So that's good sales, okay? That's consulting. And this is where the psychological manipulation thing comes into play. And I think this is really important because a lot of people complain about salespeople because they don't want to do that psychological manipulation of other people, right? They don't like that. It kind of scares them. And they don't like it. They don't want to be the people that have to manipulate other people. But in the end, you've got to have people helping people buy things, or else the economy doesn't work, right? So it's a necessary evil, if I can call it that. It's not really an evil, but let's call it a necessary evil because this is what people consider it to be. And there's always this thing about the salespeople being the people that kind of decide, and all the production people and logistics people and R&D people and all these people, and they're the ones that are kind of just have to obey the orders of the salespeople, right? I'm joking, but I'm not joking. And I think this whole negative bias is how do salespeople, I've been in that role and sold a lot. It was a tough thing. It's a tough thing to do, and I actually I enjoy using those skills today, but not where I have to make the quota, right? I sell a lot of projects. I sell ideas. I get buy-in. I get buy-in for a lot of projects, and for associations, for nonprofits, for charities, for corporate social responsibility, for at work, on a lot of my other projects, books, video. I mean, a lot of things. Things are on my boards, different board roles, and I'm not just selling software. Other people sell the software. I try to sell the ideas and try to sell the idea to get people have to work on things, right? Or get assets, or get material, or get servers, or whatever. But you still gotta get buy-in. It's all about buy-in. And in the end, is how do people convert? And Douglas, I really like what you said about how are they converting this negativity perspective into being positive for them to want to do this, right? And them to be able to handle doing it and not see this as a psychological manipulation. And so I think I'm gonna do some more little videos on this. I'll do a couple more on talking about this, but I think it was really interesting to see your post and to think about how we can turn this, how we can give it a different flavor or a different approach or a different perspective because of this historical view of salespeople. And it'd be interesting to kind of look on. I really want to look back at the history. I want to look back at the history of different countries of like trading economies. I want to look about how different countries how they historically have dealt with trade and economy and all that at local levels, and how they consider salespeople. And I know that in France we got some words for this, colporteur. They got also the door-to-door salesman. We got specific words for this, right? And this is really interesting. Kind of look at how different countries consider sales, and how they see this thing and how they perceive salespeople. Now we call it retail, right? But this is a whole. I should do another video book on this one, right? So just about this topic, and to kind of discuss this from different points of view. So, but thanks, Douglas, for having some kind of topic to think about and give perspective on. And again, we're all just giving our perspectives, right? So thanks for listening in. Thanks for taking the thoughts, take it with a grain of salt, and we're all contributing to this discussion about how to convert and how to do it. And I've spent a lot of time trying to convert it so it makes I like to do and what I'm doing, right? And I don't get in a situation where I don't like doing it, and I like to have other people like to adhere to it and buy into it and want to be part of it, right? Of doing the projects that we're going to fund. So that's all for that. Thanks so much for listening.